Today's battle was a roller coaster. I have no idea what was happening in this game. It was crazy. I think you'll find it funny. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're battling versus Jonah from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There is a link in the description down below. I've also noticed that only 36% of people watching the video right now are actually subscribed. So just double check you're subscribed, because sometimes YouTube likes to unsubscribe people. And also, if you're not subscribed in the first place, why not subscribe? It's free, it helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Okay, Jonah has got a fire team. He's got an Iron Thorns, a Sandy Sharks, Low Kicks, Tentacruel, Toadscruel, Talonflame, and a Greninja. Nice. Gotta love it. So, Typhlosion looks like it's going to put in some decent work if we get rid of the Iron Thorns, and the Talonflame and the Greninja and the Sandy Sharks. So never mind. Typhlosion is going to hit the Low Kicks and the Toadscruel. That's about it. Greninja could potentially do some work here. I mean, they've got a lot of Pokemon that are weak to water. Being the Sandy Shocks, the Iron Thorns, the Talonflame, and to an extent, no, Toadscruel is not, because it's part grass. I think our play here is to actually lead off with the Scizor. I feel like they lead off with Sandy Shocks here, because I usually see Sandy Shocks lead. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the Scizor lead and just kind of U-turn on whatever they decide to do. Don't think they'll lead with Talonflame. I think that's there as a defogger. Or the Toadscruel could be a Rapid Spinner. Either way, let's go. And the battle begins, so Jonah's going to lead off with Sage Mode, which is the Greninja, as we led off with Scizor. So this is still not the worst matchup in the world. I mean, we can just U-turn on this thing. They'll probably U-turn themselves, maybe into the Talonflame to try and get that Flame Body. Maybe, but we'll probably better off risking that. So I'm going to go for the U-turn real quick. They do just hard switch. Are they going to go Talonflame here? I think they do, don't they? Jean Grey, that's going to be the Talonflame. It is the Talonflame. Please don't let me get Flame Body Burn. That's all I require from you. No Flame Body Burn. That's all I require from you. Damn it! We got Flame Body burned. We would do, wouldn't we? But we do get a free switch out, which is absolutely amazing. Into what, though? That is the real question. Now, I'm looking at their team, and I'm thinking not a lot wants to take a Hydro Pump. I know I've got a pretty weird Greninja set. Leave me alone. It's just kind of what I'm running with at the moment. I think that we can probably go Donphan, Stealth Rocks, or we could go Greninja. I'm leaning more towards Greninja. Tyranitar is also a shout, but they probably have Will-O-Wisp, so I kind of don't want to risk that. So I think I'm going to go Greninja. I think we go Greninja. Scare it out, because it's not going to go for a Brave Bird, because we definitely live a Brave Bird from a Talonflame, no problem. I think we go for a U-turn here. I think they go for their Greninja switch. So I'm half tempted to go for Spikes. I'm half tempted to go for Greninja Hydro Pump. I think Hydro Pump is a shout. They do withdraw. Are they going to go into their own Greninja? That's the thing. Are they going into their own Greninja? Area 51 comes in, which is, of course, the Toadscruel. That's a brilliant nickname. We go for the Hydro Pump, boosted by Protean. Well, we're already a water type anyway, but we miss, unfortunately. So, with that in mind, we U-turn here. 100% U-turn. Get on out of there. They might switch out because they might be expecting an Ice Beam here, or they might Tera. They don't switch out. They were fully prepared. A critical hit on the U-turn is nice. Critical hit on a U-turn is nice. They were probably fully prepared to take an Ice Beam, I guess. But we have to go Scizor now. And the reason we go Scizor is because they're probably going to Spore. So we go Scizor real quick. There we go. They go for an Earth Power, which is going to do minimal damage to the Scizor, which is great. Scizor at this point is basically just there as if we need to pick something off with Bullet Punch. Getting the burn on the Scizor early on was kind of unfortunate, but I should have seen. I did see it coming. I even said I bet they go into the Talonflame to get a Flame Body, and I still clicked U-turn. I still clicked it, so we go for the U-turn real quick. That's going to take out the Toadscruel still, even after the burn, as down it goes. So they probably went for a Spore, expecting us to switch there, because there's no way Scizor outspeeds Toadscruel. But we got the KO with Scizor despite the burn, so that's pretty awesome. Looking at their team, we can't go Typhlosion because it's just bait for Greninja and stuff. I think we go into Greninja again. I think that's the best thing to do, go Greninja again. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Greninja comes through. In comes the Low Kicks. Low Kicks is a very good switch there. Very good switch. So we got a couple of options. We could Tera Poison, or we could just go straight into Donphan. I feel like Donphan's the play, because if they're Focus Sash, we can potentially break a Focus Sash with the Rocky Helmet that we've got. So I'm going to go Donphan. Donphan's primarily going to be stopping this and the Iron Fawns in its tracks. They do go for a U-turn that's going to do some decent bit of chip damage. We get some Rocky Helmet chip though, which is always nice. And they lose some HP from the Life Orb, which is great. So they are actually in prime position to be picked off by the Scizor right now. So they probably go Greninja here. I would go Greninja here. Greninja is definitely the best play to go for here. Sage Mode comes in. That's going to be the Greninja. Yep, there we go. Greninja comes in. Nice and powerful. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Could Tera Water. We could also just switch out into Tigglybuff, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So Tigglybuff can come in. We can get Light Screen up. We can get Reflect up. All that stuff. Bait in the Talonflame for the Defog. So we'll go Pigglyjuff. Pigglyjuff. They go for the Dark Pulse. That's going to do a bit of chip damage to us. We'll be able to determine whether the choice specs or not. I don't think they're choice specs. I kind of want a Thunder Wave, but I'm kind of also expecting a Sandy Shocks right now. Or an Iron Fawns. So I'm thinking we go for a Reflect / Light Screen. I'm thinking Light Screen's the best play. So I'm going to go for the Light Screen. They do withdraw the Sage Mode. What are they going to go into here? Are they going to go Talonflame? High Kicks. That is the low kicks. We go for a Light Screen here. Maybe I should have gone for a Reflect. Maybe I should have gone for a Reflect. We are Terra Steel. Could Terra Steel? Could Terra Steel? I think I'm going to go for a Reflect. They go for a First Impression. It's going to be able to finish us off. Got a critical hit, which is unfortunate, but what can you do about that? That's what happens when you get a critical hit on the Toedscruel early on. It's definitely what happens when you get a critical hit on the Toedscruel. So I think that crit mattered there, but it's fine. Now, I don't see what their plan is if we go into our Vesuvius over here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think their plan... Typhlosion comes in looking awesome. I love regular Typhlosion. Shiny, not so much. Regular, though. Oh, it looks so good. So, I want to go for Eruption, but I also want to go for a Focus Blast, anticipating the... they might go Talonflame as well. Talonflame's a good shout. I think Eruption is probably the best bet, just in case they do go Talonflame. Because I think if Iron Fawns comes in, it's not going to appreciate the Eruption anyway. I think this is the best opportunity we've got. If Typhlosion is doing anything this game, it's this. Let's go for the Eruption real quick. They go for a Sucker Punch. That's fine. Eruption should definitely still KO this low kick, so that's absolutely fine by me. Eruption comes through. Down goes the low kick. So there we go. Low kicks goes down. I didn't expect them to stay in there. I thought they would keep low kicks around because that First Impression stings. But I'm actually kind of relieved that it's gone. In comes no save space. So this will be the Iron Fawns. It is the Iron Fawns. So the reason I thought it was the Iron Fawns is because it's a very good switch. The only problem they've got is that we have the Focus Sash intact on the Greninja. I think what I do here is I go straight into Donphan. We could still use Typhlosion later on down the line, especially if this thing doesn't Dragon Dance here. If it doesn't Dragon Dance, then we're actually in a really good position, but I think they do Dragon Dance here. So they do withdraw. They make the double switch. They make the double into the Greninja. Sage Mode. There we go. The Greninja comes in. So I know what they're doing, and I'm just not making the reads for whatever reason. So, what's my switch here? So, I'd say my Greninja, but I kind of want to keep it around. I'm going to go Scizor. I think Scizor's the right play. I think Scizor's the right play, because I'm not really using Scizor for much else this game. Not really using it for much else. They've got a Talonflame, they've got Sandy Shocks, they've got, well, you know, they've got the Iron Fawns. They're going to go for a Water Shuriken, though, which is interesting. I haven't seen Water Shuriken in this game yet. So is Water Shuriken special or physical? That's the real question. I can't remember. I really can't remember. But I think they're choice locked anyway. So I think what I'm going to do here is go for a U-turn. I think I go for a U-turn here. That's probably the best play to go for. They do withdraw, which is great. We're going to get some momentum here, which is what we need. They go into Jean Grey, this Talonflame, who isn't going to take any sort of damage from any Stealth Rocks or anything. We're going to go for a U-turn, get a bit of chip damage off. There's absolutely nothing, which tells me they are actually a physically defensive Talonflame, potentially. Could be wrong there, but, you know, it could also be right. It could also be right. So, I think Greninja's the right play. So, I'm going to go with Greninja. I kind of want to preserve Greninja's Focus Sash. But at the same time, I don't really know what else to do against this Talonflame. So, I'm looking at their team. I'm thinking Iron Fawns and Sandy Shocks do not want to switch in here. I think they have to go Greninja. Or they just go straight for the damage and hope we miss the Hydro Pump. So, I think I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump. We go for the Hydro Pump. We're going to Protean. Can we hit? We do hit. We hit the Hydro Pump. We outspeed Talonflame. We hit the Hydro Pump. And down goes the Talonflame. So that's great. That's great for us. Absolutely great for us. In comes Sage Mode, their Greninja. So Greninja comes in and is looking all shiny and stuff. We definitely don't want to take any damage from this thing. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is go Scizor hard. I want to keep the Focus Sash just in case they get a free switch in with the Iron Thorns and manage to get off a nice and powerful Dragon Dance, which could all go to poop if they've got Pin Missile with or Rock Blast with the loaded dice. So that could still go to poop. So they go for an Ice Beam, expecting maybe something else to come in there. We go for the Scizor switch. It's going to be the perfect switch, to be honest with you. And I think they are choiced in. I really think they're choice locked. Really think they're choice locked. So I'm going to go straight for that Bullet Punch, because that did a lot of damage considering Light Screen was up. So I think it's definitely that. So I think I'm going to go for a U-turn here. They go for another Ice Beam, which is probably going to KO us now. Yeah, it's going to KO us now. I should have gone for a Bullet Punch. I should have gone for a Bullet Punch there. I don't know why I thought we would live that after the Light Screen just wore off. Definitely should have gone for the Bullet Punch there. So now we go Tyranitar. And the great thing about this is I'm pretty sure Tyranitar wins here. Because the Iron Thorns is going to be Tera. The Iron Thorns is going to be Tera. Let's go for that Dragon Dance. They go for an Ice Beam. It's going to do minimal damage to us, of course. There we go. We go for a Dragon Dance. There we go. Tyranitar's looking good right now. Looking hot. Looking hot right now. Wait, am I not max speed? Oh, let's have a check. So if they are Focus Sash is broken. I don't think they are though. Might have to go for a second one. Might have to get greedy. I think I'm gonna get greedy and go for another Dragon Dance. So they go for an Ice Beam again. Does a lot of damage. No freeze, which is great. We go for another Dragon Dance. Let's see if T-Tar can do this. So we go for the Dragon Dance, of course. Let's see if we can do this. So we should have enough speed to outspeed the Greninja now, because we're ×2 speed. Now we go for an Earthquake. They still outspeed us, which is really annoying. And they get a critical hit. Why am I not max speed Tyranitar? I should be max speed Tyranitar. I think I made a blunder when building this team. I think I made a blunder, and that's going to cost me this game. It's really going to cost me this game. Now we go Greninja. We go Greninja hard. We Tera. And then we go Gunk Shot. I think we Tera go Gunk Shot. I think that's the only way we win this, is if we Tera go Gunk Shot. Because we're going to need the power from the Tera to actually KO this Greninja. Even if we can KO this Greninja. If we can hit the Gunk Shot for a start, that'd be nice. We didn't actually need to Tera, did we? Oh, no, we do, yeah, because Protein's going to change us into a... it's going to change us into a Poison type, which is going to be... means that... Oh, they avoided it! No! That was the only way we was winning this. Sandstorm's going to take us out the next turn. We got to win the speed tie. Somehow. They withdraw Sage Mode. And they go no save space, which is the Iron Thorns. Okay. We go Gunk Shot. We hit the Gunk Shot, which is nice. It's not going to do much damage, but it's whatever. And we get the poison. So I think I've butchered this game. I think I really butchered this game. Sandstorm subsides though. Sandstorm does subside. We might have a chance here if we can hit this Hydro Pump. Let's go for the Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump comes through. Should take it out because we're max special attack. There we go. So we're pulling it back somehow. So Sandy Shocks gets outsped. They go into Sage Mode. The Greninja. We have to win the speed tie and go for a Gunk Shot. I'm pretty sure Water Shuriken's priority though. Yeah, Water Shuriken is priority, isn't it? So they go for the Water Shuriken. That's going to take us out, unfortunately. I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't have Terra'd with the Greninja. Definitely shouldn't have Terra'd. So, we made a great blunder this game. Made a real blunder this game. So you die. So let's go to Donphan and just accept our fate. You never know. They might not... They might only hit 2 Water Shurikens and we might be able to live and go for an EQ. We never know. I don't think that's the case, though. We can live 2. We live 3? No, we can't live 3. Can't live 3. Unfortunately, Donphan goes down. And then Typhlosion comes in and just loses. This would, you know what would be nice right now? If we could Tera into a grass type with Typhlosion. That'd be nice. But unfortunately, that is not the case. We cannot do that. We go for a Focus Blast here. They go for a Word Shuriken. That's going to take us out easily peasily. And that's going to be the game. So GG Jonah, that was a pretty fun game. We made some blunders. I need to re-EV train my Tyranitar because that just cost me the game. I could have swept with Tyranitar then if I'd have had max speed. That was a very big blunder on my behalf on team building. So yeah, GG Jonah, that was pretty fun. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.